Pull up a comfy chair, get settled in, because today we're reviewing the Asics Magic Speeds, and boy oh boy have I enjoyed these. I bought these for 130 euros, and what a bargain it is. But let's talk a little bit about like the statistics of the shoe. So the shoe has a 34mm heel and a 29mm forefoot, giving it a drop of 5mm from heel to toe. I bought these in the shoe size 46. I'm usually a 46 2/3 in Adidas shoes, so I actually ran down a shoe size smaller. I tried on the size a bit bigger and they just felt a little bit too big. On the advertisement it says that they weigh 230 grams, and here on the screen is what it is in 46. This shoe is advertised by Asics as a racing and training shoe, and well, it's hit the nail on the head of what they're saying it is, because it has a carbon plate not fully all the way through the shoe, but it has it going through to the midfoot area, and this helps to give it a little bit more responsiveness. And also they use their Flight Foam Blast midsole materials, which really gives this really nice cushion feeling. Really interesting to know, and for the general purpose of anybody else who's watching this video, if you've had these shoes, please leave down a comment down in below how you thought they were, if you've enjoyed them or not. It's always really great to not only have my perspective, but the perspective of others. So anybody finding this video, they can find out a little bit more information from your tips. So why did I buy this shoe? Well, running shoes, as runners, we just love to buy. I think most people do enjoy to have running shoes because it means that we can run more. But I bought this shoe because I haven't had much knowledge on Asics running shoes, so I wanted to do that. And also, it just sounded like an interesting shoe. Half carbon plated, a little bit more cushioning, and ready for racing or doing some sessions. So I wanted one of these super shoes so that I could use them in training sessions without buying, you know, something that is 250 euros and is going to kind of deteriorate within 200 miles. And it's not just about going faster. These super plated shoes, they do offer a little bit more, as let's say, less impact through the body because of the more cushioning, but don't lose much of that responsiveness that you might need if you are putting out an effort. So in this sense, this shoe for 130 euros has been absolutely perfect for that. I've run 100 kilometers in these shoes now and already done like 6 sessions in these probably, and I've really been enjoying them. I think the materials wise, they're holding up pretty well, and I'm pretty impressed by that. They look quite new, other than obviously a bit of dirt here and there. But the upper material is this really nice, thin, meshy kind of material. And I was a little bit skeptical at first because this heel cup area, it's actually quite rigid, which is quite nice, but I was expecting it to dig into me. We'll find out a little bit more about that though. And yeah, it's quite minimalistic. And the grip on the bottom, yeah, I mean, that's actually really nice. So it's got like a full kind of sheeted area there full of the grip, whereas you see a lot of these shoes, they may have like removed quite a lot to save on weight. But even though this is like 230 grams, relatively lightweight, and it still doesn't compromise so much on the grip there. Then we're talking about the midsole. Yeah, it's got plenty of cushioning there from their Flight Foam Blast. But one of the biggest things I think is, well, obviously the cushioning does help. If we have it flat on the table like this shoe here, you can see that it will rock towards the front there, that your foot is being propelled almost naturally. You have that stiffness and rigidity from the carbon plate here. You have some nice cushioning to, you know, save the legs a little bit, but it is kind of like naturally propelling you forwards. And I really find that when you are doing some, you know, faster workouts or faster runs, that these shoes are really great for that very specific reason, that they do want you to go faster. And for this reason, that's why I really do enjoy using this in my workouts. But I really like to get fresh opinions straight out of the oven, you know, when you've just finished running. So I've just finished the session, so over to me. Wow, that was so great to be out there running, and we did 7 kilometers easy, followed by 3 kilometers moderate, and then 1 kilometer at goal pace. And that goal pace is a race or something that's going to be coming up in the future on this channel, so stick out for that. Those types of runs are quite good because there's very minimal intensity in it, but it also does increase the fatigue pretty well. And when you're doing that 1K at goal pace, for me, it was like a little bit tougher than I would have probably wanted it to have been, but I managed to do it. And yeah, if you want to see it, links down below in the Strava. What I really like about this shoe is that it's got enough cushioning for like some, you know, intensity or some races and such, and it really propels you through to this forefoot. You can see it, it's got like this high stack height throughout it, but there's this toe off section, so it really kind of propels you forward and makes it feel more comfortable rolling forwards. As a result, keeps a nice high turnover, and I guess that's pretty good, like what this shoe is kind of built for. It's like a workout shoe or a race day shoe, the cheap version of it. I also really liked when I was running, like I feel like it just stays in place and really hugs around that midfoot. One thing that I did notice today when I was running is like when there is like a little bit of ice on top of some surfaces like on asphalt, the grip was slipping a little bit, but I don't think that is really to this shoe specifically. It's just when it's icy out there on like black ice, nothing is going to grip other than spikes really. You could argue that they should make it so there's a little bit of serration from, you know, side to side rather than just from back to front, but at the same time this shoe, they're trying to save some weight, so you know, I fully understand that. And as I said, running on ice, it's going to be a little bit tricky on all the time anyway. Just some quick thoughts whilst I've just freshly run out of them, but let's carry on back in the studio. Gotta put the shoe on. So some of those points you've probably heard me saying before, but I just wanted to reiterate them. And yeah, I mean, that session felt really good, and I really can't wait to run more in this shoe. Positive wise, I mean, the price is just great. They retail at 160 euros, but I got them with a discount, so 130 euros, and that is an absolute steal for a shoe like this that you could use in racing and for training, and just to mix things up a little bit in your running shoe rotation. If you look out there, most carbon plated shoes nowadays, like the Adios Pro 2s and Vaporfly Next Percent 2s, I think are around 230 euros. So it's pretty much half the price, and I would not say that it's like half the shoe. I'd probably say it's probably like 75% of the shoe. Mind you, I can't fully say that because I've never had those two other shoes. A little bit of a spoiler, I have just bought the Adios Pro 2s, so I will be able to have an opinion on that soon. I mean, the flow is just so good. When you're landing and, you know, pushing off, it just, you know, propels you forwards. And it's really what you want when you're doing like a harder session. You want to have those quick feet. A really strange thing that I do like is like here, and when you're putting your foot in, I find that the tongue and, you know, being able to get in and out and lock it down really well is really comfortable around that area, and I do get a really good lockdown. I have heard that maybe, obviously for me, I have a little bit of a narrower foot than probably most people. Err on the side of caution there, that you should probably try the shoe on. It might, if you have a wide foot, that you would probably buy the correct size though. Like as I said, I'm 46 2/3, but I bought 46. You might want to buy the same size that you are, so running true to size. And of course, I wanted to mention that this shoe, you can probably use it for a variety of different types of runs, moderate runs, tempo runs, some track workouts, some intervals. I think it would probably match quite a lot. I've tried to cover the bases there and do a lot of different types of sessions, and I've enjoyed running in them. What didn't I like about the shoe? Well, one thing that I can't fully comment, I've done 100 kilometers. I can't comment on the durability. So I don't know what the midsole is going to stand up like within 300-400 kilometers. I think 100 kilometers and it still acts like it did straight out of the box. And nowadays with these carbon plated shoes that have a real cushioning kind of midsole, they do say that they will lose their life within 200 kilometers. I really doubt that here. But I will obviously bring more updates to the channel once I've done more running in it. And that's gonna happen quite quick because my running is going upwards right now. I'm doing a lot more training, so that's only a good thing. One thing I will say is that I did a track workout and it was really wet, and even the track was almost like a swimming pool in one part. But when it got wet, my socks here, they did rub a little bit on the heel area because it's such a, you know, sharpish edge. It did start to rub. I didn't get any blisters or anything because it was only like 13 kilometers or something like that. But something that I was like a little bit worried and cautious about. But I just think instead of like making it such a sharp and hard edge here, they could have somehow made it a little bit softer there, and I would be happy that it was like that if it added on 5 more grams rather than it being just so straight like that. And you know, why wait for something wrong to happen? Just eliminate those possibilities. So would I recommend this shoe? Absolutely. I've been, you know, pleasantly surprised. First of all, as I said, Asics running shoe for me, and carbon plated shoe as well, and I've just been enjoying running in it. It's one of those pairs of shoes that when you're going out for a run, you're looking at the shoes that you can wear. It's one of the ones I really want to take out quite a lot. I really enjoy doing it, and that's only saying good things about it, isn't it? So if you're somebody who's out there running and you're following like a training plan, you've got a variety of different types of runs in your training, this could be a really good shoe because you could use it for some of those interval sessions, for those intensity runs, and then you could also use it on race day, whilst also giving you a little bit of a mix up in your shoe rotation without breaking the bank. Hope you enjoyed watching the video. If you liked it, drop a like button. If you have already, boom, there you go. And if you're not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video. Whilst they're fresh, just some quick thoughts where they're fresh and hot. Well, hello mum.